And we start with the WX charts model. In the case of the WX charts model, we simply start with the WX charts software. And here we have calculations from various numerical models. Let's start here with the calculations from the icon model. We begin from the 29th. Up here you have the date, you have the model, as I mentioned in the news roundup episodes. Here we don't ignore, we don't brush off, we don't pour nonsense. Everything we say you see behind me. We compare different numerical models to know how the weather might look. And we have the accumulation of precipitation. This is the accumulation of precipitation till the 29th until Friday at noon. Why is there this spot here? That's because a niche, the TELS niche, is currently moving over Poland at the time of recording, which has brought some precipitation, especially in the southwest. But still, it's an average of 10-15 mm, so very small amounts of rain. Let's check the icon model, how the next precipitation will look. In the coming days, we see that quite intense rainfall will occur in Greece starting from the 30th, and I will look into this topic in a separate episode. I will be recording it for the European channel, but I will also publish it here in Polish, as some of you are surely interested in what is happening there. But look at what is happening. In the case of Poland, there are no significant rainfall forecasts until December 3rd. Only here in southwestern Poland there would be a bit more of this rainfall. Meanwhile, Greece could see up to 400 millimeters. The situation there could be very dangerous, and we will of course look into this in the upcoming episodes of our materials here. But we see that there isn't too much rainfall in Poland. Well, in the case of the ECMWF model, we start from the 28th, 29th, and here we have the TELS niche again. And this niche over Poland will bring a little bit of rainfall. And what do we see next? Again, a pause. After the rainfall until the 2nd. Then a little more rainfall, but it's still just a little more. And we can see that the areas around Greece have a very large amount of rainfall, up to 217 millimeters as of December 1st. Also a very large amount of rainfall in Norway, which was also visible in long-term models and in the CFS prediction. Here, a very large amount of rainfall was visible in November and December, so this is starting to check out quite well. Now let's check further, my friends. There will be a little more rainfall in Central Europe, but until the 4th, really not too much. But look, again at Greece, the surrounding areas, Greek islands may receive up to 430 meters of rainfall. Also, Northern Europe, particularly the western parts, Norway, is expected to have very large amounts of precipitation. And of course, the Atlantic is showing its signs here with a lot of rainfall, but that right by the ocean doesn't really interest us much. Let's move on. We can see that there really isn't much rainfall in Central Europe, and the prediction in the ECMWF model ends on December 13th. What do we see? Just northern Turkey, northern Turkey, and also Greece with intense rainfall there of almost 600 millimeters over. 600 millimeters over. Well, this is the accumulation up to the 13th, so it spreads out, but the situation here could be dangerous, and I also invite you to a separate episode on this topic. Also the western coasts of Norway with a very large amount of precipitation. And here we have the ECMWF model, and in the case of the GFS model, we start from December 2nd, and we already see again large amounts of precipitation in Norway and also here over Greece. The situation there seems dangerous again. By December Suk, we would have rainfall amounts of 250 to 300 millimeters, and it is worth paying attention to that in the following days. The GFS is working somewhat slowly. We are at December 6th at the moment, and we see that southern Greece has 330 millimeters. Similarly, the coasts of Norway with a very large amount of precipitation, also in Scotland and Ireland. But Central and Southern Europe, look, almost without any significant precipitation. The GFS ends on the 14th, and for the 14th, it looks similar. The largest accumulation is still in the Adriatic Sea basin. Also, here in Greece, up to 550 millimeters, intense rainfall and snowfall. Also, in Norway, there will be up to 400, 450 millimeters. Scotland, but as for Poland, there is not much precipitation here, I can tell you. It is not visible.